to another video on this channel. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new, hello for the very first time. Today we are going to do another top 10 list. I know I did one for, I believe, my favorite Galar Pokemon or what was, and that's changed a little bit. I might revisit that. But I figured since it's still winter time, I would still try to make some like winter themed videos. So this video is actually going to be my top 10 favorite ice type Pokemon. And so let's just get right into it. The ice type isn't a type that I normally go for. I mean, there's definitely some Pokemon that I think aesthetically are gorgeous, but I just don't feel like it's a really strong type for me personally overall. It's a really offensive type. The thing is, it has so many weaknesses, sometimes it can be hard to use. But that doesn't mean like that it can't be done. So I'm just gonna start off with this list. And it was kind of hard. It was kind of hard for me to do. And admittingly, I think a lot of my favorite ice types are like OG ice types too. So my number 10 is actually going to be Cloyster. Cloyster is the reason I put Cloyster on this list is because I just remember that one episode where Jesse and James were in a biker gang or whatever, and there was that chick with the green hair, and she had a Cloyster on her team. And I just, when I saw it when I was little, I thought that was like really badass looking, and I was like, okay, that's something I could buy behind. I don't think I've ever used Cloyster on like an actual playthrough team or anything like that, but maybe, I should because I think aesthetically it looks really cool. I know there's a lot of jokes about like its design or whatever. But I think overall I think it's really cool. And like my birthstones are pearl and pearls come from clams, and although clams and oysters aren't necessarily the same exact thing, it's yeah, you get the vibe. You get the vibe. I think Cloyster's pretty cool. Number 9 is sort of similar in terms of being an OG water and ice type. Number 9 is actually Dewgong. I picked this one because I thought it was really sleek and really pretty, and again, similarly, like Misty had, or there was one featured in an episode with Misty when she was like the mermaid or whatever, and I thought it was really pretty. Even though I think its cry is kind of still silly, I still think it looks pretty majestic as a Pokemon, and I think my mom really, really likes Dewgong too, so like that's also why I chose it for the number 9 position. Number 8 is one that, I don't know, I feel like doesn't get enough credit. Again, typing is super weak, but I think Abomasnow is actually a wonderful ice type Pokemon. It's ice and grass, so it's a struggle to use, but I think like it got a Mega Evolution too, and I think the Mega Evolution looks really cool. I think Abomasnow is like an abominable snowman winter tree thing. I like when I saw Snover, I just thought it was so cute the first time. I really did try to use it on my team, but then like I think it eventually got replaced. But I just think this is a really cool design. I really like it, and I wish that, I don't know, I wish I knew how to use it better. And if anybody has any tips, please leave it in the comments below because I think this is a really, really cool Pokemon. Number 7 is also one that's really like debatable, I guess, but I really like Crabominable. Crabominable came out with Sun and Moon, and it is fighting in ice. And again, it's the same sort of abominable snowman kind of design, but with like a crab, I guess. I don't know. Like initially, I think I picked it up because I like the gimmick of it like falling out of the tree, and I don't quote me, but I think it was one of the first time Pokemon really did that. And I thought it was just kind of silly looking, like a drunk punching fighting style, and I was like, okay, let's try that. But then when it evolved, I was like, holy shit. It's like furry. It's just strange. It's again really goofy looking, but I like goofy looking designs, I guess. I don't know. Some of my favorite Pokemon have like silly faces or whatever. But I thought it was really cool, and I ended up using this one in my very first playthrough, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I know that even like the fighting style Kahuna, I know he has one too in the very end. But yeah, I really like this Pokemon. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people think it's like flat out ugly or just ridiculous or whatever, but I don't know. I disagree. I think it's cute. Number 6, I actually have a plushie of, so hang on real quick. Okay, so number 6 is Amora slash Amoris. Again, I love the design of this. Aesthetically, I like this one a lot better than Tyrant or Tyrantrum. Even though I ended up using Tyrant and Tyrantrum because like it's just a lot easier to use a dragon and rock type than it is an ice and rock type, unfortunately. Like this one was really hard to use. I did pick this one first, and I tried my hardest to use it and make it like viable. But it just, I don't know, it just ended up happening, and I ended up resetting and getting the other one, which really makes me sad because I think it's beautiful. I think this and its evolution are absolutely gorgeous. I like the idea of Aurora Borealis and like the long necked dinosaur. I think it's really serene and graceful looking. Like, I love it. But again, if anybody has any tips on how to better utilize this Pokemon, please let me know, because I think it's absolutely stunning, you know. And there's a reason I have this one, not Tyrantrum. Like, just being honest, even though I love Tyrantrum too. But we are in the top 5, and the Pokemon that's fit in this 5th position is actually going to be Spheal. I love Spheal so much. I'm not really psyched about its evolutions. Like, I know it's supposed to be like a walrus, and they made it end up looking like an actual walrus, but I think Spheal is, like, for me, a cuter version of Seel. I prefer it so much more than Seel. I think it's adorable. I know, I don't know how many of you played. I think it is, and like, there's the old school Pokemon, what was it? The Pokemon Coliseum game with the shadow Pokemon and capturing things, and then they made a sequel with it, the XD one. And I played both, and I played through both. But I remember when I had the opportunity to battle those like elemental gym leaders were in the front of the hideout, and like I got to steal. I was so excited, and I needed it. And I remember being little and like resetting every single time I couldn't catch it. But like, I just think it's adorable. It was one of my favorites on that team, and that's why Spheal has made it to the number 5 spot. Coming in at number 4 is actually a new Pokemon, a Galar Pokemon, and I put Snom slash Frostmoth on here. I really like its design aesthetically, and I used it on my Galar team for a minute. And it was really stinging hard to make it evolve, but it got there. I think that initially I thought Snom itself was kind of gross, but like the more I had it around and the more you interact with it, and like the Pokemon Amino or like the camping thing, it's like, it's really cute. It was really sweet. I ended up liking it a lot more than actually its evolution, which before I actually used it was like flipped. I really liked the graceful design of Frostmoth more than Snom. But I think that's kind of flipped for me now. I still think it's a beautiful Pokemon, and I think it's a pretty good typing. Comparatively, like what ice could be typed with, I think it's a unique typing. It's beautiful, and it's a good signature Pokemon for people to have. But still, just because I felt like I did eventually switch out of my team, I just didn't feel like ranking this higher than number 3. But number 3 is still really high ranking, so props to you, Snom. Number 4 was Snom, just to clarify. And number 3 is actually going to be Alolan Vulpix and Ninetales. Like, you can't tell me this isn't a good design. Like, it's probably a lot of people's number 1. It's just so graceful. I love fairy types, and I love, fairy and ice seems like a perfect type combination to put together. I love fairy types. I remember putting it just sucked because I wish I would have had it a lot sooner, because you get it like right on the mountain before the Elite Four and Sun and Moon, and I feel like that was like a missed opportunity. Like, I know why they did that, it's like aesthetically to put it there, but I was like, damn it. So because it takes a little extra grinding to get the certain movesets you want and things like that. So yeah, that was a little bit of a drawback, but I think the design of Alolan Vulpix and Ninetales just like hits it out of the park, point blank period. Like, it's gorgeous. So that's why it's number 3. So number 2 is, again, one that might be unexpected for a lot of people, but I really like Mamoswine. I think it's I think it's gorgeous. I love really big, bulky Pokemon, period. So I love that. So it's a giant mammoth. It's really cool. Swinub is adorable. I think the whole line is adorable. Like, I love it. But Mamoswine is just, for me, kicks ass. Like, all I can think about, like, is if, I was actually like riding one into battle. It's so cool, and I think it's a really effective typing, and I think that it's one of those ice Pokemon that is really popular because it's really good to use. And I don't know, I liked it in the anime, I liked it in the show, I liked it in the games. Like, I really like Mamoswine, so that's why it's number 2. But there's just one more Pokemon that beats it out for me, and that is my number 1 pick, which is actually Lapras. I have 2 Lapras dolls. I'm not going to show you the other one because there's a video of it in my Pokemon doll collection video, but I got this new one. I actually won it from a Pokemon Go event, which is super fun. And if you want a video about that experience, or like if you want to see me go to another Pokemon Go event, I totally will, and I'll film the whole thing. Just let me know, comments below. But Lapras is my number 1 favorite ice type Pokemon, and I don't think that's a surprise. A lot of people do like Lapras. It's like OG. It's OG. I think that a lot of people use it. It's adorable. It got a lot of appearances in the anime, the show, and it's just all around. It's a great Pokemon. It's just a hardy water type. It's a great water type. A lot of games give it to you for free because it is like a cult favorite. But a little extra reason why it is my favorite ice type Pokemon is because it's actually my spirit Pokemon. And if you want a video about how you find out about your spirit Pokemon, I will totally do that for you. But this one's mine. Basically, to oversimplify it, it's basically just random. Like, you go to a place, get a pack of Pokemon cards, and the first Pokemon card you draw is your spirit Pokemon, and I drew a Lapras. But like, even though it's just kind of random and silly, there's a lot of aspects of like a Lapras that fit with my personality a lot. They are really family oriented, and so am I, and they very gentle. They're gentle giants of the sea. They travel in packs. And I think that was made really apparent in the show, and they're such good communicators, or they're so in tune that like, I think one Pokédex and even like mentioned that they kind of understand human speech, and like, yeah, they're like writing Pokemon, they just kind of transfer you here and there or whatever, but because they just have this serene grace about them that I wish I had, and I love it. Like, and the doll is super cute too. I know this is from the line that does like the really simplistic eyes and things like that, so some people might not like it, but I mean, again, I won this one in the Pokemon Go contest, it was really fun. It was a fun day. It was freezing, and I think it was more than appropriate for me to get this Lapras, and I just remember being over the moon about it because I love Lapras. I love Lapras so much. It's probably one of my favorite water types, but it is definitely my favorite ice type Pokemon. Thank you for watching this video. I know that this is just one top 10 video. If you'd like to see more, I can go through all the types and do my favorite types that way. Of course, these lists are bound to change as like time moves on and new Pokemon get announced and things like that. But that was my most recent favorites for the top 10 ice type Pokemon. I do have another winter themed video planned, and I will probably post it next week, hopefully, fingers crossed. I know I've been holding off on it forever. It's like literally I have all my notes drawn out that I just haven't done it. I don't know. Laziness, I guess, I don't know, but it's a video about Jinx, and that would probably end my winter time series, and hopefully we can move into spring and do a lot more fun things. A bunch of different games got announced, and so I was hoping to do stuff with that, or maybe I could do more about like Pokemon Galar lore, like the expansion pack lore and things like that. So if you'd like to see more of that, please stay tuned. I love doing Pokemon things, but I also do a lot of beauty makeup on this channel and like merchandising and things like that too. So if you're interested, feel free to subscribe to this channel first of all. But if you want to get the word out about this sort of stuff, feel free to share with a friend, like the video, talk with me in the comments. I always respond, and it will really help out a lot. So I really, really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, thanks. Bye.